Mid-Step Services, enhancing abilities and enriching lives.
Mid-Step Services is a nonprofit agency, and we serve persons with intellectual disabilities, those that need care in a home where we have medically fragile individuals, to those living in supervised apartments. So we have the full range of disabilities, but they all have to have a diagnosis of intellectual disabilities in order for us to get funding. So funding is always a key factor, and we get our monies from the state or federal government. Our mission is to provide good quality care to individuals so they can lead a so-called normal life in a home and be integrated into the community, going out to functions within the community just like you and I would. In 1977, I was at a convention in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and sitting at a table, a parent asked me to come to Sioux City and help develop some homes for persons with disabilities. So that's what brought me to Mid-Step Services. September of 1977 is when we incorporated Mid-Step Services, and we started our first home in Cherokee, Iowa, because parents and family members were ready to have a group home at that time, and most of our homes are in Sioux City. We also operate the Peer Center for Autism. It's a clinic where parents bring their child in for 2-3 hour sessions, and they'll work on behaviors, they'll work on some speech, OT, PT, trying to get them to eat different foods, to get toilet trained, where parents sometimes have a lot of difficulties in doing that, where we have trained staff there that know how to work with this population. So that's a unique program that we also have. These folks are normal. They're, yes, they have a disability. We all have some disabilities, but they are a human being, and they deserve to be loved and cared just like anyone else. I love what I do. You know, it's just you work with people with disabilities. They teach me more than I teach them. And I tell that in orientation too, is that these members will probably teach you more than you teach them, because they know if they like something or they don't like something, and they live for today, not for the next day or in the past. It's today that they live for. So it's neat to be part of it.
The members of Mid-Step Services truly give us more than we give them. Their warm smiles and hugs let us know we're truly making a difference.
My son's name is Kevin John Byer, and he was born 47 years ago. We were told at that time that we would probably have to institutionalize him or put him in a special place. And he's been with Mid-Step. He was one of the first in the door. He would go 48 hours or more with no sleep, and so we had to be up following him around. And that is why we have to have places like Mid-Step. Everything is geared on protecting that resident, which makes a big, big difference.
The caring, dedicated staff at Mid-Step Services provide a supportive environment that allows each individual we serve to reach their highest potential.
I started at Mid-Step in February 26th of 1993. Worked residential, went to supervisor at a residential, went to the work center. I was a one-on-one staff with a member, helping the members being able to do their jobs, whether it's hand-on-hand or doing it themselves. Staff is there just to monitor them, to teach them how to cook or how to do their laundry, to help do cleaning of their house, to make sure their house is kept up. A lot of the residents that I work with now are very well capable of doing a lot of that stuff, where you have some that are not able to maybe be hand over hand teaching them. It's just everyday, things that we would do, they need to do. They're gonna have good days, same with us, bad days, same with us, but they're all there to learn, to eventually maybe some of them be out on their own. But if it wasn't for us teaching them, they wouldn't know. Midstep does have several different places for the members to be able to go down and work. People come in off the street to buy their products that they can put together, which is bloom bouquets, to make centerpieces. They have other little knickknacks that people can come in and purchase. The print shop, people can come in and maybe want their flyers printed out. The members can fold them, maybe stuff envelopes to staple some papers together. The residents that work out in the community, they may work at a restaurant. They may be to be able to go out and clean somebody's business, which is vacuuming, sweeping, mopping. You know, they can do a lot for themselves. You know, people just don't give them the credit for it.
At Midstep Services, every day we have the privilege to witness the amazing abilities of people with disabilities.
My nephew was in a situation where he was living with his biological father, who's also has a little bit of a disability, and so they had some other services in their life that were trying to help. And although his biological father had kind of given up and was just doing the minimum to get by, my nephew was really trying to succeed. So my nephew's disability is that he is a little bit delayed. So he's 21 years old, but he's really more like 16, 17 years old. And so where he's technically an adult and he's expected to have a full-time job and be able to take care of himself, he's really not quite there yet. Midsteps helps him be able to function like a normal adult when really he's not quite ready to do those things on his own. So Midsteps provides for my nephew daily living skills and supervision. They help him from everything from making sure he gets up for work on time and does his laundry and showers and daily housekeeping things like dishes and making a grocery list, paying his bills, just daily living tasks. He wanted to be somewhere that was safe, and he wanted to be somewhere that was clean, and he wanted to be somewhere where he could eventually live on his own. And now he's got all of those things. So Midsteps has taken care of him the way I wish I could. You know, I know that they're taking care of him as much as I would want to if I could do it myself. I think that people like my nephew and people with disabilities, they want the same things that everybody else wants. They want to be successful. They want to contribute to the community that they live in and the social groups that they're in. And with services like Midsteps, they can. You can work outside your home. You can go to events. You can have a family. And I mean, you can do all these things just like everybody else you see around you. And I think that's probably what any person with a disability would want, or any loved one would want for their person with a disability, is to be able to just have a normal life and have those things that everybody else has. My nephew works full-time at our local grocery store, and since my nephew became part of the Midstep services, he's going to reach his goals now. He's someday he will be able to live on his own, which has been his goal forever. And that wasn't going to happen before they stepped in and helped him. Like the people that are in my nephew's life, they made a difference. I mean, if you've ever wondered if your job makes a difference in someone's life, I don't feel like they need to wonder, because they are. They're making a difference every day in his life. Midstep Services has made my nephew a success. He definitely wouldn't be where he is today without the help of Midstep Services.
At Midstep Services, we look forward to the day when everyone, whatever their abilities, will be an accepted and appreciated member of society. To learn more about Midstep Services and how you can support our mission, go to midstepservices.com.